Fáilte roimhríos de cardide iascari. Tá súla gom go bhfuil sibh gama. Very welcome to another video from Gundog and Fly. I hope you're all keeping well. And those of you who have been watching the channel of late can't help but have noticed that I've been doing some pike fishing along with a few friends at times, and to say it's been mighty crack would be to understate it, but I've really enjoyed it, and it's a whole new ball game for me, if you like, and a whole lot of new stuff to be learned, and I've learned quite a lot in quite a short time. I've caught many fish down through the years, large trout, I've caught salmon on fly, spinning, worm fishing, and a salmon in his own right is quite a powerful fish and mighty sport, but I've never experienced anything like the power of a pike on a fly rod. It's just phenomenal. I would strongly recommend it to anybody who's never done it. So the flies I've been using, apparently it's quite unusual because pike flies are generally quite big, and I've been using my trout streamers, which were also very effective on trout, and I've been using them for the pike and they've worked phenomenally well, and the tying of them is very simple, and I'll be doing a video on the tying of the particular type of fly that I've been using very shortly. But in the meantime, what I've been doing is I've been gathering up stuff to tie this particular fly, and what I've noticed is these boys here, they're dubbing brushes. They're very expensive to buy. So what I've done is I've got to work and I've invented, if you like, or it's probably been well done before me, but I've invented a way of making dubbing brushes that's very simple and costs very little to make. So I'm going to be doing that right now. So I'm going to zoom the camera in so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm sure you'll find it interesting. Right folks, what I have here, just a piece of timber. It's approximately 3 inches wide, maybe an inch in depth. And what I've done is I've cut a groove down the center of it with a saw. It's probably 3 or 4 millimeters deep, just enough to accommodate this wire. In the end here you'll see I have just a little hook. A nail will do, anything at all that you can just screw, even anything like that will be fine. Achieve the same purpose. This wire here is a beading wire. I got it in a craft shop, and it's 28 gauge. Not that that makes any real difference, but or the colour is irrelevant also. It's just, I'll show you then what I do with the wire. So basically, just wrap it around the hook or the nail or the screw or whatever you have in the timber. Put it into that groove that I've created down the center. Now bring the wire back up so you have double the length of the timber and a little bit more. A second, I just have to get the snips here. Right, just cut it off. So now basically what I have is double the length of the timber and a little bit extra. That forms this loop here where my fingers are. Okay? So now just push the wire into the groove so that it can't escape. Now the next thing, you can use a variety of different materials, all this kind of different sparkly stuff, or I like to kind of lean towards things that look more natural for flies. So I'm using this olive, I don't know the name of it. I mean, you'd see all this kind of stuff in any fishing tackle shop that supplies fly tying materials. And basically all I'm doing is I'm going to lay it down over the on the timber, so it's over the wire. The wire obviously is in that groove there, and a bit more. You don't have to be too particular, just put it down along. Okay, and that's the end of that one. Now you can, if you like, and I'll do it just to show you, mix in a couple of other things there. I don't know what you, kind of a bronzy colour here. So I'm just going to mix a small bit of that through it. Just here and there. A couple of little pieces. And now, the next thing to do. And this, you have to be careful doing this part. So I'm bringing my wire up. I'm keeping it in the groove here. Making sure that it doesn't slip out. And I'm bringing it up and into the groove again, and I'm wrapping it around that screw or whatever nail, whatever you have in there. Now the next thing, my little drill, and I have a hook in, as you can see, in the drill, and I'm going to put that into the loop now and started working. And here we are. Now, just pull it off the hook there and snip it here. And there's a grand dubbing brush for you. And that's a nice olive one which would create a beautiful pike fly. Now you can trim it if you wanted to make it narrower all around, or if you do it like I do, I will trim it up whenever I tie the fly. So that's it, folks. That's how I make dubbing brushes on the cheap. So now I hope you found that helpful. If you're tying the kind of flies, I have a bunch of them tied up here. I'm going to give the next couple of hours and I'm going to make up maybe 30, 40 of them. So I'll be able to tie quite a lot of flies. It's a once in every few months operation. But it's you'll see on the video, the fly tying video that I'll make in a while, how I use those dubbing brushes. It's a very simple and excellent way of making a really, really effective fly for pike and for trout, and I suppose it could be used in other applications as well. So that's it, folks. That's my little dubbing brush maker. Costs virtually nothing, and if you look them up online, you'll see they're quite expensive. They're not easy to buy cheaply, so you can save yourself a lot of money by doing this kind of stuff. Just use a little bit of innovation. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button, and if you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing. And once again, thanks to all the people on Patreon who support me, and if you'd really like to support my channel, please go to the link in the description where there's a link to my Patreon page, where any little bit of support would be much appreciated. So, sinna bhfuil ómsa an uv a cháirde iascarí ba me a chaint a rís liv an céad ór eile idir an gálinn bígí sláin agus bígí ag iascaracht. Slán tamó.